So when you start off on your chair, you want to set the chair up on a sticky mat so that you can be sure that you're fully supported here. Slide yourself forward so that those bony parts of your seat, if you pull back on those fleshy bits, those bony parts of the seat can be well secured near the edge of the chair, and as a result, you get that nice low back curvature. If I were sitting back in my chair, the legs aren't quite as active and the spine comes into this rounded shape. If your feet don't comfortably come to the floor in the chair that you're in, you can always bring blocks underneath your feet to feel a little more supported, or roll a blanket. Ideally, your chair doesn't have any arms, so you're not restricted in any way, but find whatever you can, and then find what feels to you like a neutral spine. So your neutral spine, sometimes referred to as an S-shaped spine, is the place where you can support yourself in this tall shape, and there really isn't one part of your back that's feeling any sensation more than any other. So if I really arch into my lumbar spine here, kind of hang my belly forward and stick my butt back, it isn't long before this part of my back starts to feel a little strained because it's out of that neutral alignment. Same for if you were to round the shoulders forward, it isn't long before that starts to get very sore. And over time, finding that shape, your body is going to adapt to what you do most often. So over time in this shape, your body's going to start to try and build more and more muscles in this upper part of your back, and as a result, you kind of get stuck there. So start off with wherever you are, as close to neutral as you can feel. Feet flat on the floor, sitting bones, those bony parts, the tops of your legs, onto the chair. And when you extend your arms out and bring your hands to the wall, you ought to be able to do so without leaning way forward or feeling as though you're being pushed back. So the palms are nice and flat on the wall, feet securely on the ground. And here we're going to introduce what's called joint mobilization or joint preparation. So oftentimes when we come to this position in a yogic practice, it's cued as having the wrists under the shoulders, which is excellent for building strength right here with the wrists under the shoulders. So today for this practice, I'm also interested in building strength with the hands out or around. I'm interested in building strength with the palms up. I'm interested in building strength all the way around the joint. And that's part of what's going to start us off today. So let's start in wherever your tabletop feels comfortable today. Letting the shoulders stay relaxed. And simply press down with all four knuckles, palms of the hand, and your thumbs will rise away from the wall and back down. You're going to do that maybe 4 or 5 times. Try to feel all 4 knuckles from index to pinky connecting to the wall. And after that, take one hand, turn it thumb ways, so you're turning it inwards, and you're turning the whole arm. So really feel like you're turning the arm from way up high in the upper part of your arm. The rest follows as far as feels comfortable, after which time we're going to bend and straighten the elbows. Take your feet wide to make room for your torso. Bend, straighten. So the rest of my body stays in that neutral spine, and I'm really just trying to build some strength around the joint in as many configurations as I can. So let's turn that in. Other hand turns towards the thumb, so it's an internal rotation. And again, without bringing the shoulders up to the ears, we're going to bend the elbows and straighten. Joint preparation or joint stabilization can happen in a million different ways. I'm just showing you a couple of examples today. And then releasing that, let's come now onto the knuckles. So you want your thumb to be wrapping around the 4 fingers and the 4 knuckles into the wall. Now in this position, keep the wrists nice and strong and sway your body side to side. Elbows are nice and locked. And then rock your pelvis forward and back, almost like you do in a cat-cow. Tailbone lifts to the sky, tailbone tucks between the thigh. all the while you're applying a little bit of pressure into the knuckles. Come on back to your neutral spine now, and we're going to turn one palm facing you, so the back of my hand is actually on the wall here, where it would be in your table. The other hand can come in this shape, same as tabletop, and again, let's bend and straighten the elbows. While you're doing this, can you breathe so quietly through the nose that a feather under your nose wouldn't even know you were breathing? And we'll switch. Bend and straighten. Really try to glue the wrist there to the wall so you're not wobbling. And you're in complete control with how much weight you're bearing here against the wall. Use your other hand for support. Let's do 2 more. Easy, smooth breath. No hurry. Your movements don't have to coordinate with your breath. And then just give that a little wave. You can stay seated where you are. I'm just going to face towards you, come a little closer so you can see. Now we're going to bring the forearms together so you can stay seated in your chair. And you're going to glue the heels of your hands together. Heels of the hands are going to stay together as you lift the elbows up. Spread your fingers nice and wide and blossom the hands open. Then glue those heels of the hands together and press the heels of your hands down as far as you can. They might even go lower than your elbows, but be careful you're not rounding through the back, so your nice neutral spine. Up and blossom. Down. Pushing down. Glue the heels of the hands together. We're doing one more. Nice wide fingers. Back, down. Great example of some joint preparation. And joint preparation is much like strength training. It isn't something that necessarily just this exercise, these 8 minutes or so, aren't going to help you today. Over time, you're going to start to build strength around the joint. So this is a practice for you to integrate into all of your practice, or maybe a once a week practice, so that you can build strength to support you when you go to use those wrists. And we're not always staying in the same ranges.